Hello, everybody, and oh my god. What is this I see? Is this a perfect fucking camera setup first try?
It's literally all the same people from last week. I thought you were about to say that it was wrong, and I was like, how?
Why? How do you keep doing this?
It finally is perfect because finally, for the first time in nearly a year, we have the same players from last week.
Brooke, you just called me on Discord.
Hello, everybody.
Place is madness.
How?
Don't know.
Hi, my name is.
You okay?
Okay. No, apparently. My name is Offbeat Outlaw. I am the gamer supreme for this evening, which is the new word I'm using instead of dungeon master. Brooke doesn't like it, but I'm having a blast. I think gamer supreme.
You're trying to implement it in stacks, and I refuse. I'm vetoing this.
Well, this is what I call myself, and I will be addressed as such. Gamer supreme I shall be.
A white man using the word supremacy to define himself. What new innovative things that you've come up with.
Amelia, what do you think about this?
What do you think of gamer supreme?
What are your thoughts and feelings?
Oh, hi. I won't be calling you that, but you know. You can say whatever you need to say.
I am going to find a silly enough thing that Amelia will enjoy saying it in commonplace, and then that will be the word for stacks. I will find one.
I will say that my actual gripe with Gamer Supreme is that I don't think you should use language that situates the DM as like above the players in that, because I think it's just not the tone you necessarily want to strike in a rules system.
That's probably that's a very valid and good criticism. So I will no longer be using Gamer Supreme. I will, however, be using
It's okay, take your time. We can come back to it after the break.
We'll circle back.
We'll circle back offline.
I will be thinking of a sillier one though. But hi, I am the person who's running this game. And at the very least,
The goofy gamer goober.
the goofy gamer goober. That's me.
that.
Hi, I am the goofy gamer goober. We have some new rules because we always do every single week from henceforth.
Yeah. I forgot, but it's also because I was doing makeup with Brooke, and I don't usually do that, so I'm reading them right now, though.
The changes are in standard stacks and the critical hit rules. These are the ones that I think are most different. So you gotta
Critical hit rules look a lot more streamlined than they were.
Yes. So you have options. You have 3 options for when you critical hit that you can choose to do. Maximize your damage dice. That's an option. No more double damage. It's either you max your damage dice, or you get the following ones. All secondary dice are now extra hits. This one is new and experimental. It's either broken or useless. And finally, all damage dealt is halved and converted into stacks of bleed or wounds.
May I just say, I love conceptually being like, I included this rule. It either breaks the system or it shouldn't be here.
That is a lot of how I have been making this, and it's working? Question mark. We have things. I made a balanced thing the other day. Brooke was there. It was great.
Oh, I came in at the end when all I heard was rolling 20d6 or something.
20d4 for the secondary dice. Yeah, that was. It surprisingly was balanced.
Right. So we have very different methods of producing initial content. We've learned this.
And here we are. So yes, those are the new rules more or less. And then for the standard stacks, gone are wounds and stacks of disruption. Those have been canned or for later. Wounds are now applied on crits you can now do, but then the standard stack you get to apply is a stack of excess for excess damage. Stacks of excess are rolled at the start of the afflicted creature's turn. They roll a number of d6s equal to the stack and receive that in damage. The stack is then cleared. You can apply stacks of excess when you roll high, like a 5 or a 6 on your secondary dice, or you can use it for an extra hit. In stacks, we have a limit to how many extra hits you can get, but for now, we will see. There was another rule, but I forgot to add it to this, so we're not gonna. So, do you guys want to potentially play with this extra rule or no? Because
I mean, I already haven't read these yet, so if you throw another one in there, you might as well.
What is the additional rule?
The additional rule is that so if you roll well on your secondary dice, you are given 3 options. You can turn that into an extra hit. You can apply a standard stack, or you can give one of your allies an additional secondary dice on their turn for attacks.
Wait, apply an extra stack, give your ally an additional hit. No,
No,
additional secondary
secondary
die.
die. So-
What was the first one?
Give yourself an extra hit.
Who's it?
So it's either like the usual extra hit rule, apply a standard stack. I don't think that this one will be used very often because it's currently not very good. I'm gonna change that later and make it better for D&D. I think it works in stacks, but not in D&D. And then the other option, which I think might get more use, is you can give one of your allies an additional secondary dice for their turn.
Can we circle back on these rules just before we start combat as well? Because I think that I will forget them between now and starting any kind of combat.
Almost certainly. But
Okay.
for sure. But hello, everybody. We are now playing Paperwork Pantheon. When we last left off, boy howdy, where were we at?
Did we want to introduce ourselves or?
That's how we usually do this, isn't it? Amelia, introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Amelia Som. You can find me most places at Amelia Som or by going to links.ameliasom.com as I scramble to put every new Twitter clone in my links. I'm playing Ace, the god of time, and my pronouns are Alan from the Barbie movie.
Amazing. Brooke.
Hello, I am not Amelia Sum, but you can find Amelia Sum's links at links.ameliasum.
Wow.
I am playing Viari, the god of secrets.
No. Play the
When
God of Lies.
I have never once said the correct thing.
No, never.
This is the first time I just
It's
said
the
no,
bit.
though, which is a good bit. Pat.
Hello, everybody. I am the Gamer Supreme. My name is Patrick Keefe. I am that gray gentleman everywhere online. And I am playing Federak Locke. And he is the god of last chances at the moment,
You know,
I think.
if I realize now, if Twitter finally dies, like if it actually dies, I can stop saying you can find me most places at Amelia Som, and I can just say you can find me everywhere at Amelia Som.
I know, it's the best.
What are you on Twitter?
Amelia_Som, because I made my Twitter account a full we're like 5 days from my Twitterversary. Fun fact. Why do I know that? I don't know. But a decade ago, and when I made my Twitter, Amelia Som was not only a taken username, but it was taken and the account was suspended, which meant that it is unavailable to anyone ever. And I've been trying, but pre-Elon Musk, maybe if I paid for Twitter Blue, I don't know. But pre-Elon Musk, I would contact Twitter support, and I was like, please give me Amelia Som. And they were like, we literally could not give less of a shit. Which, valid, but annoying.
Yeah, it's not going to change anything, even if you did pay for it, because I paid for meta verification for 1 month to try and change my username to my real name, because the account that has it has been deactivated for years now and just hasn't posted anything. And they were like, we can't do anything, it's fine.
I also can see a future where Amelia becomes famous just so that they'll let her do it. Just to get this accomplished, so that there's enough like push.
Yeah,
for
no,
it
that
from
is the
audience.
long
I mean, that's
con.
that's my goal. I don't know about y'all.
That's almost like there was that story. I don't know if it was on Tumblr or Twitter, but it was a post where it was like some guy that we just hired came in, worked for 1 day in the office.
I saw that.
And like went finally, and then handed in his 2 weeks notice to fix a bug.
That's all he wanted to do.
That is I love that energy.
Oh,
Same,
it's
honestly.
impeccable.
Do I have ink in this pen? Yes, I do. Okay. But enough of this jargon. For a mild plug, if you go to my Patreon right now, there's a skit that I just posted making fun of Elon Musk. If that's your thing, join the Patreon. It's out for them right now. It'll
If
be out
that's
for you
not
tomorrow.
your thing, why are you here?
You are with the wrong crowd. I will make fun of
Very much with the wrong crowd.
you. Last, when we left off, the party had just looked at the last page of Alistair's book, and they had read through a long series of messages from the previous gods of lies. They're currently in the dreaming. What does the party do?
Well,
I was going to. Well, we were leaving the dreaming, right, to look at your book.
correct. Viari
also-
and I are in the dreaming.
Yeah.
A's is not.
Right, Ace was
I'm in the principal's office.
right. You got dragged to Alistair.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Good point.
But we were going to. I wanted to try to write in the Book of Lies to see if I could make Faye losing an aspect and dying a lie. But I couldn't do that in the dreaming.
Right. So yeah, we were in the process of leaving the dreaming, and I think the last thing that Feta had said was we should give Z's his godhood back.
Oh, that's right.
You guys begin making your way out to the exit. You begin yeah.
I want to like just shore up the defenses of this like little pocket of only images so that it can't be found by anyone accidentally.
Okay.
Before we leave,
Mm-hmm.
do not mention the images, let alone to Alistair, please.
My lips are sealed.
As you
Promise.
As you leave the dreaming, a few things happen very quickly. As you leave, you open the door. You're not back in your domain. You open up into Alistair's office.
Hey, Al.
Hello, take a seat.
Am I still there?
Yeah, you're still there.
Yeah, you see A's kind of sitting with their arms crossed, like looking just kind of at the ground.
What's going on?
I said take a seat, please.
I'll sit down.
Thank you.
Should I use the wheelchair, or life would ostensibly
You
be
can
very
roll your
angry with me
wheelchair
if I
here.
don't?
You can roll
Okay.
your wheelchair up here.
Feta unfolds the wheelchair, sits down on it, and it rolls it over.
Now, the past few days have been a lot of stress. A god was killed within the Pantheon. I have been told now by several different people, some of which I need to be stricter with my defenses, and be stricter with my punishments, and be harsher to those who seek to undermine the Pantheon. The adjudicator has let me know that you are in possession of the last page of my book. I could not take it from Lies, as Lies and I clashing would result in a cataclysmic event.
Luck?
Yes. Okay,
You
You
said
said lies.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah.
Yep, sorry. I encourage you to hand it over, as it is contraband in your possession.
Could we make a deal so that I'm at least not giving up?
Here's the deal. You give me the paper, and I will pretend everything the adjudicator saw in dreaming didn't happen.
Oh, that's crazy. That's wild. I've been meaning to hand this back to you, actually.
That's a great job. Please place it down on the desk. I will write up our contract. tears off the page.
Snitch.
And hands it over. That's literally its purpose. He places it down in front of you. The contract, he reads it out because he knows there are 2 people here currently afflicted with curses. You can have Charlie look this over if you'd like. I, Alistair, will receive my last page of my book and place it back into my book without any restriction. Additionally, I will overwrite my memory, blanking out all of the information regarding what was seen in the dreaming from the position of the Ari. Does that sound amicable?
When you overwrite your memory, do you know that you've overwritten it?
Yes, I keep the logbook.
How many times have you done it, Al?
A great number.
That
How?
reminds us, your desk?
Yes, the Infinite Bureau.
That has records of past rewrites in it.
Yes, technically those are also in revisions, if you'd like to go and retrieve them.
But if they're in your desk, is it not easier to just
I
look them
can
up in your
access
desk?
the revisions myself. If you would like to access them, you would probably have to go through revisions from the Divine Contract.
And you can't
Even if you
find
reach-
stuff for it?
Well, I could potentially. Depends on the information. A lot of the information that has been overwritten is classified for a very good reason, and I forgot it for even better ones.
Are you...
Could you get us information on the previous... Prior to past resets, the previous gods who held our positions?
Pardon, what are you talking about?
Well, when everything was reset over and over again.
V, I don't think he knows.
What's been reset?
All of this, Al. This is not the first time you've done this. It might be the first time all of us have done it, but it just keeps happening. One way or another, Order wins, and for some reason, you decide to reset the universe.
Not
And
some
it all
reason, that's perfect order. I achieved my goal of bringing order back to its perfect position. Order is everything back at the beginning.
So that's the plan. That's been the plan all along. Is just to keep doing this forever in perpetuum.
Yes. It's... A reset is one way of putting it, but a reset, at some point you get back to your original position. It's just starting again. A new start for everything.
But Al, it doesn't reset to the same place. Things are different, yes, but it always ends the same. And more people just continue to suffer.
Well, the way I see it, I have 2 options. Either I find a way to win, or I let chaos win, and then nothing happens ever again. I'd much prefer to be on the side of the something can at least happen. Yes, I must reset everything. It's simply how I must do things, as you put it, reset. But that brings back order. Gives us the chance to do it again. Do something different. All the people that don't currently exist get to exist. All the people that do exist might get to exist, but existence keeps happening.
Al, you have knowledge of absolutely everything in the divine contract because you wrote it.
Yes. Unless I made myself forget it.
Every time you do one of these big resets, going back to the beginning, putting everything back in order, you say you don't remember what happened before that reset?
Think about it like this. I am Alistair currently. Once the world gets put back to perfect order, I am gone. I am order once more.
And order doesn't remember.
Well, I am just order. What's there to remember? Nothing has happened.
But the Faye don't get reset.
I guess they don't.
So they've been present for every single reset.
Potentially.
Okay. So if we want to find out about what happened prior, we'd have to go to revisions.
You'd have to break into revisions. You'd have to steal the information.
Are we going to get in trouble?
If you have that adjudicator on you, yes, you certainly will.
Are we allowed to get a hall pass? Permission, maybe?
Not to go to revisions.
Why?
Are you asking why you're not allowed to go somewhere that you're not allowed to go that's classified because it contains secrets and information that even I am not allowed to know?
Okay, you could have just said it contains secrets and information that even you are not allowed to know. Okay.
It's got a point. You were being pretty snarky about that.
Fair enough.
Hear us out. We're talking about information that you say that not even you're allowed to know.
Yes.
Then who's allowed to know it?
No one.
How do we know that it's not going to be helpful in winning the war? How do we know that it doesn't contain answers on some sort of end goal that is better than both of the options you just described?
I guess the way I've been thinking about it is this. A lot of the time, I do keep track. I know what information is in there. I don't know what is the information. I just know what it is in there.
You know that it's there, but not the details of it.
Yes.
Like a
Everything
book
that I
you've never read.
perused, most of the stuff that is in there are atrocities. Actions that I committed that I shouldn't have. That I, at the time, manually wrote over myself so that I could never make that mistake again, and forgot it.
Are
So
you
that I was
sure?
never tempted by it ever again either.
Are you sure you made sure that you could never make it again? Or did you just erase the knowledge of it in your head?
Trust me when I say that it is completely impossible for me to make the same atrocity twice. Trust me.
Fada just looks at Viari.
Okay.
The information that's in there, if you'd like, there will be information on the previous, as you call it, resets. But there's also information that I am, strictly speaking, not allowed to know. And information that I have removed from the possibility of happening. Revisions is a sequester. It is a jail. It's information that shouldn't be known for whatever reason.
I want to start with details on the previous gods who held our positions. Even if they are previous versions of ourselves, even if it has always been ourselves, I just want to know what they did and how they did it.
I will say this. If we're here, it means they failed.
I know.
Don't try to copy them.
I won't.
By the way, I strictly speaking cannot allow you to go. I would strongly suggest not going while you have an adjudicator on your right shoulder.
Yeah, I got that. Thank you.
Finish the current mission.
Finish your current mission. If I'm to borrow some phrases, there's a lot of heat on you 4 technically. Gottfried's been gone for a bit. There's a lot of heat on you 3 currently. A lot of eyes are on you.
The fuck did I do?
You're a
I died!
I admit, yes, you didn't do much, but let's look at who your friends are.
Hey!
I'm sorry, did you really... It's fine.
Doesn't mean the eyes are warranted.
It's fine.
I'm not saying this because I agree with it. I'm letting you know as a courtesy. There are people watching you who are frankly not happy.
I appreciate it.
Would
Would they be, like, extra not happy if I tried to write Fader's death into lies?
I don't know what effect that will have. Be very careful when playing with the contract.
When you came to me and you asked me to learn to lie on contracts, you said that it would help the war.
Mm-hmm.
You've also left us as your frontline fighters in these war efforts, and we are supposed to be headlining this entire thing from our end. We're gonna have to make bold decisions, especially with Chaos being as close to winning as they are and as they have ever been. Sometimes people aren't going to agree with those decisions, but if those people were also the ones that were going to, for example, write me out of existence, then we would have already lost the war.
I'm not necessarily disagreeing with the concept of taking calculated risks. Might I suggest just trying smaller lies and seeing the effects first?
Okay.
Bringing an aspect of Fada back via lying. That is a very big change.
Would that hurt Death?
We don't know.
Okay.
That's
Might
what
ruin the soup.
I don't know if it'd ruin the soup, but it might do something weird. I don't think whatever you're planning will work out exactly as you're thinking. It's a lie. It's not a contract. Contracts are definite, defined, firm. Lies are squishy, malleable, and intentionally misleading.
Fair enough.
If you want to try it, I encourage you to. But I encourage you to first do so on smaller, little things in an attempt.
Do you have suggestions?
Small things like, I know this spell when I should only know this spell. My friends are stronger than they appear.
Wait, sorry. I know this spell and I should only know this spell?
Like, well, I currently know Fireball, but instead, like, for example, you're like, I don't like the spell I currently have. I'm going to lie in the contract to change it.
And swap it out?
Sure, that's a small change. In the grand scheme of things, it doesn't affect much other than yourself.
Okay.
Or you could say my friends are stronger than they look and give them a little bit bolster to their strength or whatever. There's lots of little changes that you can make. Lots of small details that in the grand scheme don't add up to much.
Okay.
Those things you can try. See how they work. Because the contract is unforgiving when fucked with.
Will this guy be annoyed if I do it?
The adjudicator? No.
Yeah. Because I got his permission.
The adjudicator is me, Viari.
Oh.
Effectively.
An aspect of you.
Just lets me know when you're doing things. Things that I would be interested in knowing. Thank you for the paper. I will have to write up that you had this contraband, but this will not recur any further fines as you relinquished it without complaint and a mere deal. Okay?
Okay.
Excellent. He signs the contract. You watch for a moment as these glyphs, like, fall out of his eyes as, like, little tears onto the page, before folding up into an envelope and slipping into his desk.
Do you know what all that is? And I point to the final page, the picture.
I assume it's me killing Beatrice.
And tearing up the contract?
It appears so.
Is that how you would assume a reset would work? Is tearing up the contract?
No, that would destroy everything.
Seems like it would take some pretty major changes in you before you'd be capable of destroying everything.
It takes changes to the rules of the world around me. I withhold the ability to destroy what I have created.
Changes to the world around you like what?
The Chaos Gods, as they currently stand, are very powerful. Yes, but there's many of them. The more Chaos Gods there are, the more powerful Beatrice is, and the vice versa works for me. But power comes at a cost. Power comes with inaction. The more power you have, the less you're able to act with it.
Why?
If I had supreme power and also had supreme ability to act, I would simply do as I pleased without a check or balance in the world. It's a rule of the world, effectively. I would need to give up my power in a small way to increase my ability to act, or change how power works in this world currently.
When Godfrey and I got punished, did you put further restrictions on yourself?
Yes. I increased my power and put further restrictions. I am less able to act on the mortal plane currently. But my power within the Pantheon increases, my influence stronger, and therefore my grip on maintaining order stronger still.
Okay. All right. Well, we have work to do, unless anyone has further questions.
Oh, I have something unrelated.
What is it, yes?
Oh, I need you to find something for a change to change into so I can take moments.
Oh, an empty position?
Yeah.
Any idea of what change would be interested in? Any...
Something new, something interesting.
Not truth.
I think it's too rigid for change anyway.
Well, if change took over truth, it would be a very malleable situation. Okay. I can definitely look through some open positions. Do they want to be an order god, or were they more interested in neutrality?
I don't recall.
We want them to be an order god, don't we?
Honestly, these days I'm pretty neutral on that.
strong position.
I think something
Did
more than
something happened between you two before we arrived?
Yeah, nothing I can't handle.
Either way, I will look into something for change to become. I'll see if I can maybe get a domain that is malleable so they'll stay in that position for a while so you can have moments.
Much appreciated. Is there a way for, like, I know we're not God Hunters, but is there a way for me to check what God Hunter contracts are still out? Like, is the contract on Z still open?
Our connection with the God Hunters have been
That was
severed.
me asking out of character.
Oh, the connection with the God Hunters have been severed to the Pantheon. So currently there's not a real way unless you go to the God Hunter building.
Even if
Didn't
Alice
Lux
is the god of
say?
contracts?
I was gonna say, didn't Lux say last session that the contract was technically complete because he was no longer a god on the Chaos Pantheon?
Yeah, he's technically no longer a god, so a God Hunter contract would be invalid.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't hunt him.
Great. So I just need to find another place to hide him. Cool. Okay, well, before we head back to the plane, I need to settle some things in my domain. So
We should also
Yeah.
probably talk about some stuff, the three of us.
I agree. I want to see if I can track down Gary in dreams.
Why do I left something in my realm that I've been meaning to bring with
Oh,
me.
I'll
It's
come
a
with you.
particular... Yeah. Both of you should. It's
Very
something
How is
like
this thing going to be
couldn't
mad if I
conjure up.
try to track down Gary in dreams?
You don't have to say this thing. You can just say, am I going to be mad? No. Just don't break any rules of the Pantheon. Don't commit grand conspiracy or espionage. Don't do anything that would result in me having to
How
get
many
involved.
times have I been in that position?
Do you want that list, Fiora? Do you really want that list? He will give it to you.
How badly do you need to tell me this? Okay, if anyone has learned their lesson, it's going to be me, surely.
Have you?
No. I'm doing it for the good of you and the Pantheon. I'm doing it because it's what I think is best, even if I'm not always right.
That's probably a better answer. Have a good day.
Al, before we go, two things. The first, insofar as your previous iterations and the atrocities they have committed, just because you prevent somebody from ever holding a knife again doesn't mean they can't pick up a gun. And secondly, it might be worth it to see if we have lost before.
I'll check revisions for if we've ever lost before.
Okay.
If any information is found that pertains to your mission, anything that could be seen as valuable to your success, I will be sure to send you a pamphlet detailing the information.
Thanks.
Alright, go do that thing that's definitely real in Faye's domain. That's not a lie.
I did forget something.
I'm sure you did. And so Alistair snaps his fingers, and you guys are outside of his door.
It is wild when you have these conversations with Alistair, and it's like he knows everything.
I don't know. I don't trust some of the things he said, or at least the way he said them.
my read on the situation is I think Alistair is genuinely doing what he thinks is right. And I
Sure.
think we would be absolutely foolish to believe that the version of Alistair that we interact with is the version.
That has always existed.
Mm-hmm. Especially because of you, I say, gesturing toward Viari.
Well,
It's very fair.
I don't know if I ever told you this, but he wasn't always contracts. He started off as a counterpart to death.
What?
That would have been useful information. What else are you holding up? What else are you holding up? No.
When the fuck were you gonna tell us this?
I lie about where
He was deals. He was deals. You know, make a deal with death. He was deals.
Like Garfield?
He wanted to change, so he changed himself into contracts. He put in the work to grow into contracts as a domain.
When?
I don't know. Way back in the day.
Like
Before
Before or after you?
Oh, way before me. He just told me this one time.
Anything else he told you one time that you'd like to share with the class?
It might be incredibly pertinent to
know.
what we're doing.
I'm starting to realize how much about the Pantheon I may have been privy to growing up. That is perhaps not public knowledge. I didn't think anything of it.
Okay, you know what? Can we just look at this thing?
I don't think it affects what we're doing.
That's a very Alistair response of you. Man, you really are his kid.
I was just about to say the same thing.
And you guys get on his ass all the time for this exact bullshit. I feel awesome.
No, see, at this point, Fate is giving Viari shit for something Patrick knows that Brooke forgot.
Oh wait, no, Brooke didn't forget this. I've known this the entire time.
Yeah, and didn't realize that it was like,
I didn't think it was relevant.
Yeah, Viari, I think we just appreciate it if you would just present information and let the group decide whether or not things are relevant.
Well, I didn't.
No
It
more
never
lies.
came up.
I know. I'm just saying. I get it. I'm just saying that maybe if anytime you're reminded of something, or you could try and think about these things, and just as much information
That's
as
why
we
I
have.
said it in the moment.
I know.
It's because I was reminded of it. I usually do.
How about this? Full open book honesty with each other. From now on, no secrets. Nothing that we're hiding. Nothing
Fully
we're
agree.
protecting.
I wasn't really hiding that one though. That one was just
I'm aware, but
like a
you were hiding it from yourself, to be fair.
In that case, I'm planning on just bringing Z's with us on our next mission.
La
until I figure out where to
la
put
la
him.
la 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 as I walk away because there is an adjudicator hanging over my shoulder.
I mean, Alistair knows. I didn't say where I was pulling him. Oh yeah, you guys don't know that Alistair said the thing. Fine. Okay, can we just look at this thing that we're supposed to be looking at that you
Let's go to
forgot
my
here?
domain.
Yeah. I assumed we were walking toward it.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever been in your domain. Is it really cool? Do you have like lots of cool beanbags and stuff? Lots of rooms and fun things. Aza's domain's pretty cool. Love the aesthetics in there. Very well thought out. Godfrey's domain is a vibe for a whole other set of reasons. But I don't think I've ever been in your domain.
Well, I knock on the door. It cracks open. Welcome.
So describe your domain to everybody else here, because I've seen it before.
So, actually, offbeat, with your permission, as I'm trying to get my camera back into focus. Is it gonna work? Yeah. I think some things have changed.
If that's the case, what's changed?
Cool. As we enter into Fata's domain, previously what it had been were these rolling green fields with cities dotting the landscapes. There's sort of like smoke and rubble coming from some of them, each of them as you get further into the city, they become more and more decrepit. And in the center of each are these giant pits, just full of refuse. That is no longer the case. The cities are fully overgrown with moss and vines. Where the pits once were, there are giant mushrooms pluming out from them, almost covering the city like an umbrella, sort of protecting it in its shade. Where there were once rolling fields, there are still fields, but parts of them have broken off from the rest of the earth and are floating like little islands in the sky. There are ropes coming down from some of them that are knotted periodically as if meant to be climbed. Some of them are rope ladders. Some of the cities look to be far more repaired than they once were. And there seems to be sort of this chill in the air. It's bright and sunny out, and there are some clouds in the sky, but it is that feeling of the air on the precipice of autumn. There is crisp, or just as like spring is starting to form. It's not entirely clear what season it is here. Hi.
This place
Oh,
is
baby.
sick, Fader. How come you never invite me over?
Oh. It's not exactly like it once was. I'd actually say it's probably better, and I had a feeling that it wouldn't be how I left it.
It's
You're
pretty
welcome.
damn cool. Do you have Wi-Fi? I'm just
I
kidding.
think so. I mean, I'm under Lux domain, and I'm pretty sure that she needs a hard-lined network to be able to run all of those slot machines. I'm fairly certain. I'm almost positive. I don't think I have a direct line in. There might be a couple in that town over there. I think there's like an internet cafe, but that's probably what you're going to find as far as like hard lines. Otherwise, I do think it's a pretty robust Wi-Fi system as far as things are concerned.
Sick.
The mushrooms might be helping with that.
A's,
I don't know yet.
in your head, coming from Feda's direction, you hear the mycelium talk to you in low, hushed tone. Do you like our home?
Yeah, it's different.
I've never been here before. It's new.
Yeah. Where should I head?
Well, why are you here?
Looking for a book, I think.
This one's book.
Yes.
Tell Feda to command us. We'll give him the book.
Hey, Feda.
Hmm.
The network says that if you command them, they'll give you the book.
Wait, what? I can tell them to do things? Is that true?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that I don't trust you. I just want to hear it from them.
No, that's fair.
Feda,
I'm sorry, the network?
it's
I
a
mean, granted,
weird,
we've
it's a weird feeling, Feda. You get the feeling that words are being said, but you can't hear them. It's almost like someone is speaking a foreign language just outside of your earshot, but you can sort of guess
So I get the
what this-
vibe of consent and
Yeah.
the word yes.
Yeah, you
Okay.
get the vi- but it's like it's just that feeling of like it sounds like a good
That's not going to hold up in a court of law.
Yeah.
I'm very well
it holds up in
aware.
mushroom court. Okay, they're
I'm very
mushrooms.
well aware. Like, look, there's
So-
one thing I'm looking for here, guys. You just
Fade-
have to say it.
Like, do they
Do they say
speak
yes?
to you?
It's hard for me to understand them.
That's so strange.
when I was dying, I could hear them far more clearly. Now it's like they're very far away or underwater sometimes. I can't quite pick out what the words are. Oh, hello. Give me a
Let him play.
Come here. Come here. Every single time I
What
turn
if
to give him
your
attention.
cat and my cats had a D&D game?
I would love that. That would be like Goat LARP.
Well, Jester's named after Jester from Critical Role, so she's
This is-
already got a character.
This is Benson, who is named after Olivia Benson from Law and Order SVU.
Amazing. Or he's named after a character from a book.
Yeah.
Do you think
It's also
that says
worth-
something about you or about me?
What,
I hear
that
them
you can
crystal
talk to the
clear.
mushrooms.
Yeah.
Maybe more about you. Not in a bad way. I think you're more in touch with the Faye.
Mhm.
And I know that I was the one who said no more secrets, so it is probably worth saying I think I ran into my mom. Adopted, but
Oh.
I think she ran into me when I was dying. All she said to them was, pity. He was meant to do so much more. And then they left.
Oh, Fader, and I'm just gonna give him a big hug.
He hugs you back.
Ace gives you like a shoulder pat.
You're still going, Fader, that's the point. You keep going even when no one else will. It's your whole stick. You're not squeezing hard enough.
Okay.
Ace.
I have an 8 strength, and even I squeeze harder than this.
Mwah.
Yeah?
There you go.
The Fader that hears us is locked somewhere. Fader can
Wait.
still feel us, but he can't hear us. We were with someone else.
With who?
With Fader, but not this one.
Wait, then who's this? Who's this fucker?
The one that died. The other aspect.
Oh yeah.
It's still Fader. His soul is ours, but he can't hear us. Do you think you could find him?
I think I can look.
Good. We miss our
Ah.
friend.
Also, can you do some sort of way to signal to Fada that, like,
We miss our friend? Is that what he said? Is that what they
yeah,
said? Oh.
you like, I don't know, make something turn green just to give a more definitive yes to Fada commanding you?
Okay. You see a bunch of mushrooms like start to bubble up in the ground in front of you. And you see that they're trying to write out the word yes as best they can.
Is that
Okay.
going to hold up in a court of law, Viari?
Yes.
That seems like a pretty clear. Okay, cool.
Great.
Just a little screenshot there. And we're good.
But remember, consent can be revoked at any time.
I think we'll know when the
Absolutely.
mushroom mycelium network revokes consent. I think they will make themselves very clear.
That's very
Today.
true. Also, this feels like a problem that we need to deal with at some point. Maybe
I
not a
don't-
problem though. But
I don't know if
Fada,
it's a
your
problem.
mom.
So,
What about the others?
what about the others? What do you mean?
Weren't there more? I thought there were multiple cats.
Yeah, they left too.
Who were with her?
I'm okay. It hurt, but I'm okay. I'm not defined by my time with them. And frankly, I don't need them. I've got you guys. If anybody's my family now, it's you.
You never really told us the details of what happened with them.
One day they
You
were
don't
gone.
have to.
That's all I remember, is they just left. I promise. I promise I'm not holding anything back. That's all I remember.
What was life with them like?
It's pretty good, to be honest. We had shelter, foods. I felt comfortable being myself, whoever I decided that was that day. And we got up to some shit. But I was very young. Hi.
The irony of this.
This guy though, he's my buddy, and I love him, and I love him so much, but he ignores me every single time I go to give him attention. Hi.
Anyway,
Do you want to find them?
I was actually thinking about that. Not for me, but I'm wondering if it would. Offbeat, can you remind me what the lead cat looked like when she transformed into more of like a humanoid form?
She looked.
Didn't she have butterfly wings?
She had butterfly wings, yes.
Okay. All right. You fucker. I hate you. I love you. Fada is going to describe what she looked like. And I feel like if there's any Fae that we have a connection to that might be willing to tell us what happened in the past, might be her.
Can I
But
say
I'm-
a thing that Brooke has as a theory that Viari would not be able to put together, but I feel like Pat.
I have a theory.
Fada would.
Yeah, Fada's not going to be able to put this together, but I have absolutely I have a theory. Go on.
I don't have any theories, but A's is smart, so maybe I could figure it out.
The cats had the same accent as Fada, and so does Bernard. Was Bernard one of the cats? Anyway,
that was not my theory.
What was
My
your
is
theory?
different. My theory is that the lead cat is Madame Butterfly,
Hmm.
but Fada doesn't know who Madame Butterfly is.
I probably know her.
She's one of the leaders of the Fae Court.
Yeah, but you know who we do know who knows a lot of stuff about the Butterfly Court?
Gee, who is?
Who?
Drag them back down onto. Let's just bring them on our job.
We're gonna
After we
bring.
look
Yep. And you know what we need
Oh,
to
yeah.
do to do our job?
Look at Fada's page and then
Look at
go
this
back.
fucking book.
Mushrooms.
All right, let's look at the book.
I will figure out a better name to call you guys.
The Mycelium Network. MyNet.
Marcel, the mycelium, the Marcel.
I like Marcel. Marcel.
Marcel the Shell.
Marcel. Yes. Would you mind fetching my book for me? Would that be all right?
And you see that it looks like almost the land ripples outward from your position.
Oh, that's new.
And then you see that when it hits these gigantic towering mushrooms, they ping off of each other. And then after about maybe a minute, on unrolling weeds of grass, this book is delivered to you. And as it reaches your feet, a wooden pedestal grows up and holds it and presents it towards you.
Fada,
I love your domain.
It's
is this
way
kind of
cooler
a
than it
little
was,
bit-
I promise.
Is this kind of a little bit, but not really, like what I did, where I like sacrificed an aspect in order to be present everywhere? Like, I know that that's not what you did, but you've lost an aspect effectively, and now the mycelium network is everywhere.
Well, his aspect isn't lost forever.
Yeah,
It's locked somewhere.
I don't think so, honestly. I think a lot about me since the last time you saw me has changed. A lot of my perspective on the world has changed, and I think that's reflected here. And he kind of looks up to some of the islands in the sky that have more, like, it's not the pile of refuse that you would have to, like, climb out and, like, you know, pull yourself up by your own bootstraps. There are things that are actively placed here for people to help them along in their journeys.
Beta learns about mutual aid.
There are kinda,
Social
yeah,
safety
actually.
nets.
Kinda, yeah. That, like, Amelia, you hit the fucking nail on the head. Like, yeah, that's been the majority of this character arc.
Ask not what you can do to the mycelium hive
hey,
mind.
guys,
Ask what the mycelium hive mind can do for you.
And I think that mycelids definitely did, and just points to one of the giant mushrooms over the. But, like, you know, a lot of that is referential to my worldview. I don't know. Perspective's a hell of a thing.
Ace,
So,
tell Feda there's someone here who wants to talk to him.
Oh, someone wants to talk to you, Feda.
who? What?
Bring him to the center square.
I just sort of grab Feda's hand and start
Okay.
heading toward the center square.
Can we
I
bring
assume
the
that
pedestal? Is the pedestal gonna follow us? And I imagine the pedestal's just kind of like
pedestal's
rolling along the ground.
I like the idea better that it's like grown little mushroom legs.
Oh, and it's
like
yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
That's better.
And I assume that Ace probably walks with their eyes just closed and is just guided toward the center square.
You walk
oh, more face shit. Okay.
Sorry, I don't know.
Yeah,
what's
I like-
happening right
I like to think what happens is it's literally just because the ground, you know, the mycelium network is all throughout the ground, is that as there's like that slight pressure, in some cases it presses up or like slightly to the side, and it's so
Oh.
sensitive that a regular person probably wouldn't notice, but it's just sort of guiding your steps, that if you respond to it and adjust course accordingly, you can just navigate, and it just looks like a very fluid motion when done well.
You begin to
Hell yeah,
navigate,
I love that.
and as you get to the center square, Feda, you look down into the pit, the big pit.
Mhm.
You see a burning, fiery light at the very bottom.
Okay.
Beta, I think you should really appreciate the fact that I didn't just push you in there because I thought it might be
No,
interesting.
Tell Feda to go into the pit.
They want you to go into the pit. I should have pushed you in.
fucking time.
Can I push you in still?
The longer we know each other, the more concern I have that you're a sociopath.
Okay, so it's not just me.
What?
It's all of us.
Ace, I heard that. Just saying.
Like, I still love you dearly, but I need
Oh,
you to
yeah.
have this information.
It doesn't
I'm
change
not
the
just
fact
putting
that
it-
we love
I'm not
you.
trying to push Feda into just any pit. It looked like a destiny-shaped pit, and it seemed like an expedient way. And everyone knows, no offense, Feda, I love you, darling, but you tend to
Mount
waffle.
Doom, I'm not gonna
You
lie.
tend to waffle when you make decisions, and it's angsty, and you tear yourself into shreds about it. And I just figured maybe if I pushed you into the pit, you wouldn't have to make the decision. It would just be made for you and be on your
Oh,
way.
they're not
But
wrong.
I decided not to
Not
give you
Patrick
the space
being
to
like-
decide.
I am non-binary, bisexual, and bipolar. I've never made a decision in my goddamn life.
I just want to push him into the pit. After hearing Ace's thing, Ace is right. I'm just like,
Beta's in the
Fair
middle
enough.
of like trying
Beta's
to
finna be
explain
in the
himself,
pit.
and then Biari just pushes him. Into the...
Wait.
Look,
Could
all
we do
I'd
an
say, yeah!
Yari, could you make an athletics check?
I can make an athletics check.
I'm
I
gonna
don't know
say
that
Your
you
dice
have
is in
to.
the narrow
because I have a
thing.
-1.
I don't know that you have to, because I switched back to my wizard sheet, and also I'm still in physical therapy.
True, he is weak.
I'm,
So
You're just
I'm
gonna
very
push
weak right now.
A
My
very
strength score
injured,
might as well
weak
be a
Feda
5.
into the pit.
You push Feda into the pit.
Both
Feda,
of you just like, get the fuck in there.
you, Feda,
Blood Phoenix, I hope it's you!
as you get to the bottom, you before you just go splat, you stop, and and you stand up straight.
Ah!
You see in this pit a floating, burning bundle of blood.
Hi, BP. I had a feeling when the fire and the... I'm so sorry. How are you? Holy shit.
We could be better.
Yeah. Are you okay?
When you died,
Uh,
I was Faye. I was taken. But we were still together.
oh, buddy.
I'm
worried about you. I've been worried about you this whole time.
not.
Just kind of been on lockdown.
I need
What do you need?
I need-
What can I do?
permission to leave. I must join the mushrooms in death and rebirth.
Is that what you want? Is that what's truly going to be good for you?
It's what I must, what Faye must do. Faye are eternal. Faye, when they die, join the network. The network grows. I am dead, but you're not Faye, your order. I am kept. I must be.
It's okay. It's okay. You don't have to. Before I let you go, and I will. I'm so sorry. I was stupid and I didn't think how it would affect you. I didn't think it would. And I just want you to know that I'm sorry. And that whatever I can do in the future, if you ever are reborn, you come to me. You let me know, okay? And I will do my best to help you.
I too.
You have my
We are.
Brooke is dead. Where'd she go?
Yeah, Brooke vanished.
Brooke said, "Fuck this shit, I'm out," and then left. You guys couldn't
In
hear
the
it.
chat. It's
And then
it's
double
right
middle
there. I
finger
see
to the
it.
camera. You guys weren't seeing it.
Okay.
Oh, now Offbeat's frozen for me.
Hey guys.
now
I can
you're
still
back.
see everybody. I'm over here now.
You're over there now.
I can see
Good,
on
we're good.
the
I
on the
fixed it.
stream that this is the only place that everybody can see me.
I fixed it.
Oh. Oh wow, no, I was still in clear view, so I'm fine.
Yeah, you're good.
I'm just Brooke right now, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Oi, loves. That's my Brooke accent.
Hello, how you doing? This is my Brooke accent. She's going to be very pissed when she sees this rotten idiot. She's not broken
The
at all.
only thing I have
Apparently
down
that's
is
the only
editor.
fucking Aussie accent that I can do is broken.
The only word I got is editor.
The editor. Very good.
Editor.
And then, I mean, I can do the...
And she said
I
a
can
whole
do
boss.
Patrick.
And I didn't say
Patrick.
anything about it in the moment because I was
Patrick.
trying not to break the immersion. Patrick!
Mm-hmm.
Patrick.
Patrick! Ah,
That is like-
Michael!
That is like my...
And then Amelia!
Michael!
And you gotta do like
Michael!
Amelia!
hand things. I feel like we could make a Harry Potter Puppet Pals of just us doing impression of Brooks.
It's different versions of Brooke.
No.
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 I found
Offset.
the mysterious ticking noise. It's a platform. Yeah! It's genuinely my favorite thing. It's just one of my favorite things in the world. Oh, that's very funny. Brooklyn, come back.
Is Brooke coming?
Brooklyn, come back.
Brooklyn, come back. Okay, well, until Brooke comes back. Fada.
Yeah.
Release us, and we will find you very soon. Sooner than you think.
You are released, my friend.
And you
Thanks.
watch as the fire and the droplet of blood drips. We got
Hey, welcome back.
Brooke's back.
I'm back.
You big?
I don't know what happened.
Nothing really
either.
important. We were just kind of waiting for you
Oh,
and
valid.
saying normal things.
Yeah, totally normal things.
the
Definitely not gushing about how much we love you.
definitely
Fuck
not
off.
definitely not doing impressions of
Oh, we
No,
should
not
have
doing
done a
impressions.
fuck off.
fuck off,
Fuck off. Fuck off.
Amelia.
Michael.
Okay, so now we caught
Patrick?
Brooke up on everything that happened while they were gone.
Yeah, that's it. Okay. The droplet of blood in little embers falls to the ground, and you see that little roots come up and absorb the blood into this system. You blink your eyes, and when you open, for a moment everything is in flames, but then you blink again and everything is normal once more. A rope comes down to pull you back up, comprised of a soft hempen rope almost. But it wraps around your waist and it pulls you up out and places you down.
Ace, tell Fada that he is safe. The Blood Phoenix lives. The Blood Phoenix grows with us.
Fada, I'm
I'm
saying from the
here.
outside of the pit. Oh, I thought you were still in the pit.
I'm literally standing. I got brought back up. I'm
nice.
here.
They-
Fada's like to your side, like you got brought
Oh,
back up to
shit.
the other side. You've been looking
Oh,
down.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm right. I'm here.
The Blood Phoenix is safe and
Oh, okay.
it lives within the mycelium network.
Does that?
Tell them I care for them and that I
How
appreciate
does
them.
that work?
Well, they can hear you just fine, so you can just say
Oh,
that. It's only
yeah.
a one-way telephone.
Yeah, please tell them that I care for them and that everything I said before and all that jazz. And I feel bad, and I'm glad they're okay.
Do they have access to the spirit of truth?
Do you guys have
Yes.
access to the spirit of truth?
The Fae Spirit.
Yeah. Or do you know who it is?
The Fae Spirit of truth never made it to us.
So theoretically, they're still alive?
No.
They're
Dead
dead and
and
caught
trapped.
somewhere.
Oh, fuck.
That one.
Oh, yeah. I point at Viari. Yeah, it's stuck in you.
Wait, what? Whoa.
Oh.
Whoa. Whoa, what?
Little
Oh, we
cage.
have a lot of catching up to do.
Little
Read the
cage.
pamphlet.
Okay, reading the pamphlet.
Uh,
Flips through the pamphlet.
yeah,
is all
Viari's
cut up.
soul is like a cage.
Fuck. Do we all have one now? Because you've got one, don't you?
Yes, yeah, I have space.
Yeah. All right. Does Godfrey have one?
It's hard to
Well,
say what Godfried does or doesn't have in his ribcage. Godfried has a lot going on.
That's very fair. It is sort of like a box of trinkets in there.
Yeah, and honestly, now I feel kind of better because now they all can keep each other company, you know?
It's Trinketville.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Trinketville, that's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a box for my trinkets. Oh, my trinkets. It's Trinketville.
I do suspect I'm going to have to find my parents in order to learn the details of the whole thing. I just wanted
That I
my
did know
feelings
about.
work.
Okay.
Yeah.
All All right.
Tell the one with the horns that they're a cage.
Oh, yeah, VR, you are Cage.
Your body is a cage.
Yeah, just like that.
Keeps you from dancing with the one you see.
Why?
Okay, well, maybe less like that now.
Does the mycelium know why?
Well, I assume because... Oh, well, I guess I can... Well, they can pipe up. They can hear you. They understand you. I don't know why you guys can't understand them.
You can ask them, and then Ace translates.
Well, I'm not Faye at all.
Right, and
Tell the
that might
horned
be...
one that we can hear her.
Yeah, I did. I've been telling them that this whole time, but they keep telling me to tell you things.
All right, I'm catching up. First of all,
I was just talking to them. I'm just trying to make everything
know
clear.
why?
I know.
Do you know why I'm a cage for the Fae Spirit of Truth? Is there like more logic?
The Fae spirit died and was placed inside a bloodline for ages. You were finally reborn. But then we don't know. You died. Did you die? Were you ever born? We don't know. But it's in you. And you hold the dead spirit of truth. You are the cage.
What you get from A's is, yeah, the TLDR is that they don't know.
So what they're saying is we need the power of awakening, and that our heart is our guiding key.
This is not Kingdom Hearts.
I was like, I feel like this is a reference to something. It's being said in the way a reference is being said, but I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Use your Keyblade and fight the darkness inside you, Sora.
Sure.
Maybe he's right.
Anyway.
Is that the one with Goofy?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's with Goofy and Donald Duck and Mickey Mouse.
And
all
Donald,
the
who
Disney-
doesn't ever do anything.
He does.
Yeah, well,
cast-
he's Donald Duck.
He does cast Zeta Flare.
He does cast Zeta Flare. This is true.
And I've always said that.
At any rate, we
I have the book. I think
Open
we've
the last
taken
page.
Care of BP.
Come on.
He's okay.
Or I'm going to do it. I will
All
say
right,
I'll
all right,
take
all
your
right,
book
all
if you're
right.
not going to, Veda.
I wanted to do this for a while, for the record. And Feda,
like you're
hand
getting
on the
cold feet.
last page, does indeed hesitate before fucking tears it out.
Alrighty.
And just hands it to A's and VR and is like, just tell me what's on it.
grabs
at it.
Like, you guys look first.
I think
look.
both of our hands are already ready to like snatch it and together just
think
like
Feda
What
holds
happens
out
if
a
we
hand
tear a
and
page in
bottle
half?
of whiskey just like comes out of the ground, and he just like, I'm liquid courage. Just you look at it first, and then I'll come and join you.
yeah. Why is it covered in cat drawings?
You,
Kidding.
You open the
Kidding.
last page.
I love you so much.
I love you too. I hope you know that.
You see the following image. You see Theta
Oh, I'm there now. The one page I'm on.
clashing blades with a blade. She's clashing, but the blade currently does not have a wielder. It's not confirmed who he fights. The hand looks armored, looks golden. You see behind him, in and around him, you see lots of faces that you don't recognize. They look like they have Fae features, bug wings, insect-like appendages. Feda seems to be leading them in some type of charge. And from above, You see several golden sigils. It seems to be casting a spell directed at Faye. But what the spell is unconfirmed.
Are the sigils clear? Is there any sort of indication as to what kind of magic it is?
It will be...
Or is it sort of blurry and like
It's-
kind of... It's clear that it's like a
It's
magic
clear
circle.
that it's a
just
spell.
not-
It's clear that it's a magical spell. It's clear that its origin is from order. But what it does is impossible to discern currently.
Interesting.
It's being cast at Fader.
At
And its
Faye.
origins are from the Order Pantheon.
Yes.
And it's all golden.
And it's gold.
Would I recognize it as something, for example, embargo? Something like
it's
embargo?
you cannot discern what the spell is.
Is this thing casting it? Is it giving hurdy-gurdy?
No, it's not giving hurdy-gurdy.
Just checking.
The sword that he's clashing with, does it look anything like Eleanor's sword?
No. It looks nothing like Eleanor's sword.
What is the sword I'm holding?
The sword you are holding. Good
Is
question.
it the sword that I think it is? Is it the sword of
The Vorpal sword.
You're right, yeah, exactly. And the hand
like
looks
the Jabberwocky.
suspiciously like a Jabberwocky.
Mm.
There's like little what's the name for when words are describing sounds in comic books?
Onomatopoeia.
Onomatopoeia. It's just a little onomatopoeia and it's snicker snack.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what you're seeing. No.
Is it the one sword that I do have? It's the You know what I'm talking about, right?
I do, but it's not
Okay.
that.
It's not that sword.
It's a sword that you do not currently recognize. It seems to be, it almost looks like, do you know, like, the coded sword from Elden Ring?
Of course. Dude, I was literally the guy in the chair helping you get that item in the game. Yes,
It's
I know what it
true.
looks like.
It's the coded sword. It's a blade with a hilt, and then stretching from the hilt are a series of sigils. The sigils read, these ones are very readable. Death to all, life for none. This blade is the end.
I'm going to explain to you later why I have chills right now. Oh, boy.
But that's what you see.
Really not that bad in the grand scheme of things, you know? You're not, like, your head isn't exploding, you're not dying. No
This
fun
was-
stuff.
That's not at all what I was expecting.
What were you expecting?
That good?
I was kind of expecting my death. But it doesn't... Huh.
Now, what's Fada like when they don't have anything to brood over?
You'd be surprised how significantly less broody I have gotten.
I've
in the
actually
past
noticed.
week.
I've genuinely
What?
actually noticed.
Look, I'm telling you, man.
And I'm
Mushrooms are the way to
happy
go.
for you. I'm not trying to tell you how to live your life, but it seems
No,
like you're in
no.
a better place.
Is it the mustache? Is it because you got a haircut?
Canonically now, Fada is sporting the same facial hair that I am.
No, he's not. We're not getting new art.
I think we should just have like a Sharpie
Right.
and just draw like the two little lines and like a
So easy.
little.
I will pay Lexi to put a mustache and goatee combo on Feda's face. I
Alright.
cannot imagine that would be the most difficult thing in the world, but I will pay for it. I've seen how quickly
would
she
look
works.
so dodgy with the facial hair that you have, though. I'm looking at this
With
art
that-
like
with that,
it's not
like-
the move for this man.
Yeah, no.
Feta
no,
is
no,
serving
100%.
cunts at all times. We cannot be having that. We cannot be
This is-
having the Snidely Whiplash or the King of the Pirates combo.
That's very, very fair. No, honestly, it's the mushrooms. Look, microdosing does wonders.
Oh, you don't have to tell me. I still have, and I have hold up the shrooms that I got.
You should try
Not now,
those.
but another time.
I feel like
Yeah,
you've
we will.
macrodosed, but sure.
You should try the mushrooms, Ace.
I'm going to, but I feel like not right now.
Hmm.
Is that a good read?
I mean, I guess of any realm to do it in, the dreaming's probably a bad one because Viari doesn't want Faye in there. Wait,
It's still in development. I don't want Faye shit messing with it while I'm still developing it.
no, 100% agreed. Guys, speaking of Faye shit, there's a lot of Faye shit in my realm now.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, no, I was thinking about that. Yeah.
So, huh. Hey, Marcel, is my realm even just tangentially connected to the Feywild at all? Would transport between the two realms be possible from this realm specifically?
As Feta says that, I want to try and do my thing where when I was in the Feywild and I connected with the mycelium network. I want to try and connect to the mycelium network here and see how far it goes.
Arcana check.
Yes.
Also, Marcel, do you like your name? Would you prefer something different? Is Marcel good? You're happy with that?
Lots of questions. I am now connected to somewhere I've never been. It's a foothold. It's interesting. Never been here before. I'm excited to see where I go.
Can I assist A's in the Arcana check? Is that a thing that I can do?
I'm not here, sadly. What's the Arcana check?
That is a flat 20.
Did you roll stacks dice?
Stacks?
You know how you like roll?
Yeah,
50
remember how you
D6s
take-
instead
Yeah.
of add in modifier. Okay. Flat.
Yeah, and I
20
had 66s to add to that, so it was just
Oh,
not
woof.
ideal.
Oh damn. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait. I have a thing. There's a thing I can do. Is the convergent future thing?
I also rolled a 10
Don't-
on the die.
One sec, don't you have a plus 20 to your Arcana? So wouldn't it be 76s?
Wait, where does the extra 2 come from?
What's your proficiency bonus? Because your
Oh, I thought you had plus 20.
your proficiency bonus should be at technically. I think it's
7.
Yeah. your
Yeah,
proficiency-
7.
Okay.
Yeah, which would put me at a plus 18 to Arcana.
Okay. Unfortunate. You do try to connect to the mycelium network. You currently cannot. It seems like you feel like you'd be able to, but right now you're struggling to grasp what it means.
Okay, there's something going on here, but I can't really feel it.
I sense a big presence. I don't know this one.
There's definitely something significant has changed. It's hard to tell, but this is connected in some way to the mycelium network that stands.
Ace? There's a big eye over that horned one's shoulders.
Oh yeah, we know about that.
Who is watching?
Alistair? You guys just hear me say Alistair, I guess.
You see a root go up to the adjudicator.
Do you want him to be watching?
No.
Then I'm going to leave.
I can get rid of him, I think.
I think it would be best. Well, first of all, VR, you don't hear their half of the conversation. And then A says,
Okay.
I think it would be best we save that for another time.
Okay.
Why are there a bunch of mycelium wiggling about my face right now?
They're trying to get to know you.
Don't lie to me, Ace.
I know, and A's lies. Oh. But looks directly at Viari. And A's no, and all I can convey with this without like being too meta is you know that A's knows that you can tell A's is lying.
Oh, okay.
Like I'm not gonna roll.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you about it. But yeah.
Do you want me to leave?
No, you don't need to leave. That's back.
Thank you, Lexi.
All right.
Bravo, Lexi. Bravo. Hi, guys. Sorry about that. My computer just was like, hey, we're going to restart.
Proposition. How about this? Next stop, Aza's domain. We're going to grab the bubble, bring
Yeah.
them back to plane, and Ziz is going to help us with our mission.
Yeah, I'm down for that. I mean, Fee, you heard what I said. You know my opinion on
I'm
it.
still thinking about that.
Z's? I know Z's.
What are your thoughts on Z's?
He's funny.
I think so too.
Sends many to meet me.
I
Oh.
know that. Yeah.
What did they just say, Ace? You want to run that by us?
Nothing you need to worry about.
Ba, 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 ba.
They just said that they know Z's, and Z's sends a lot of people to mycelium network. I'm not going to lie to you about important stuff.
Yeah, I know, but it's kind of...
It's the principle of keeping secrets, you know?
Look,
Giving
all
you a
right,
hard time, Ace.
full
I know.
disclosure.
They always do.
Many secrets they both hold.
Do you know them?
Inklings. I know everything about that one. That Fada one. I like him.
Yeah, me too.
His secrets are
What are they saying?
personals.
I
They're secrets about how he feels about things. His insecurities. What he hopes he can do.
I think I should probably stay out of that.
Whoa, okay. Secrets with that one then. The horned one. They like to get into trouble.
Oh, well, yeah, everyone knows that.
That's not a secret.
not a secret. That's
I don't think that's a secret.
Oh.
They say they don't, but we all know that they do.
Oh. Interesting.
That's very much... that is a very, very well-known fact.
Why do they lie all the time? Not to you, obviously, but to others.
Probably different reasons for different things, but
Oh.
sort of a title that was granted to them.
Lying as a title. Interesting. Does she know that her parents were Faye?
Oh, I don't know actually.
Does she know about the ink people?
Yeah, Viari, does the phrase ink people mean anything to you?
No?
Oh, that's a no. Okay, so I feel like we're getting in the territory of important secrets.
Big secrets. Secrets even she doesn't know yet.
Wait, what are you talking
Yeah.
about?
Interesting.
We're talking about
What are
you.
they saying?
Talking about, your parents.
Feta cracks open the bottle of whiskey and just takes a fucking
I didn't ask.
swig.
They sort of said it unprompted. I said I didn't want to know things I don't need to know, and they just sort of like started saying, "Well, does they know? Does Viari know about these things?" And I said, "What?" And then I asked about the ink people, and you didn't know about the ink people, so
Do they know who they are?
I'd assume so. Do you know them?
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, all Faye who've ever died. All Faye who probably live.
Yeah, all Faye who die and all Faye who ever die and all Faye who probably live. That's the line they gave me.
Can we just assume at some point that A's is actively translating for him?
It depends on what they say.
Okay.
But I'll let you know if I keep anything out.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can retroactively be like, oh, I leave that part out.
Who are they?
Ink people. They're like you. But before you were you. It's... I am a plant. Ink people are your...
I am a plant.
Mold is to me as ink people are to you.
Huh?
But they didn't choose to stop being ink people and become what you are now. It happened.
What does that mean?
It means what I said, I think. Did I say it wrong?
I don't think so. I think it's just sometimes I feel like you have a hard time putting things into, like, putting complex thoughts into simple words, and that's fair considering, your perspective on things.
I think
Do you mean because Alistair rewrote me?
No. You think small scale and personal. Expand your vision. You think too
Complete
much.
rewrite of, like, my people.
Maybe. Maybe it wasn't intentional. Maybe it was survival.
So before they were Kalistar, they were something else? Ink people?
Ink people.
does that mean like people written in a story?
They would like that.
Okay.
Right.
They were
Are you-
native to the dreaming.
Mm-hmm.
Are they still there?
Kalashtar live.
So it's only
Where?
about finding them.
Sequestered. Far away. I don't know. I haven't been there in a while. I'm not allowed into the dreaming anymore.
Would you like to be?
Yes.
What would you do if you were allowed in the dreaming?
I would grow. I would connect it to me, to the network.
To the Feywild?
In the same way that I am connected to the Feywild as this is here.
I'll think about it.
Slow thinking. You only have one brain. It's okay.
Okay.
Many
So-
secrets I revealed today.
Yeah, it's been a big one for you.
Amelia, I need you to know that I feel like A's knows this information, but I need you to know that Viari does not know that their parents were Faye.
Oh. Yeah, I didn't know that. Naze does know that.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, Viari?
Mhm.
You know your parents were Faye, right?
She
Wait.
didn't know. She looks frustrated.
Like, the
You
whole
know that
thing
part
about...
earlier about how I was like,
Wait.
hey, you know, Alistair used to be associated with death, and you guys were like, what the fuck? Oh my god, what is stuff? This times a million.
I assumed you knew.
I was told I was literally the least Faye person to have ever existed.
Right. But that's not just, like, naturally possible. Like, that's not a thing that can just happen through lineage.
But that would mean that they have been unaffected by resets as well.
That would mean that every single one of us has been unaffected by resets, Viari. Aze is Faye. I come from Faye background. So do you. And Godfried has deep ties to the Court of the Beetle. That means that every single one of us has ties outside of the reset this time, and we know that that has not been the case before.
Except for now. If we don't do this, Viari will be affected.
Right. Holy shit! I'm sorry. That's huge. That's
us.
enormous.
Like me.
Okay, easy.
Yes.
How do
Honestly, just slightly above average.
how do you undo that kind of rewrite?
I don't know. The answer might... So remember a while ago when I told you I had information on how to find more information about your parents and I wasn't going to tell you till you were ready?
Yep.
Since we're doing the full transparency thing now, which I have my own feelings about, but I'm doing it.
Yeah.
We might be able to find information in secret.
In the Divine Contract.
That's where we can find every secret Alistair's ever kept.
Ours right next to S. We might as well. We do have to finish our current mission, but that's a good next step.
And I think I think we'll learn a thing or two about... I think we'll be able to gain more insights on the state of the war as it stands, and perhaps interfacing directly with active chaos gods if we head back to the mortal plane, see what's been going on in our absence.
Right.
And the Divine Contract will always be there. Well, till it's done, but...
I wish there were like an easier, more convenient way to find the answers.
well, that's life.
This is Brooke's subtle push that Brooke remembers Z's making an offer to Ace.
I'm supposed to remember.
Cool.
What did Z's offer? This is like months ago, in my defense.
Yeah, they had information on it. It's okay.
Okay,
They
well,
had information on VR's parents.
yeah, well, we'll get to that when we get to Z's.
We will.
Okay.
I'm gonna let
Just
Z's
really
deal with
remember-
that.
Okay. All right. So we're grabbing Z's and we're bringing him back to the plane.
Yep.
How far can I grow in here?
Beta?
Am I allowed to leave?
No,
No.
Okay.
not yet,
I-
at least.
Not yet. However, we're a part of each other now. I'm speaking directly to them. And as much as I am part of the network, as we are speaking to each other, I think that you know that part of me still values individuality and who I am, though you have helped me grow so much. So long as the ideals of this realm are upheld to help people, to lead them on a path that will leave them better individuals than they were before. Better people, healthier, just with the desire to make the world around them a better place. Then grow to your heart's content within this realm.
Yay. It'll be so cool when you get back.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see how you redecorate. I'm liking it so far.
Okay.
And the mushrooms, the little tablet that holds your book, little table, reaches out for the book once more.
Places it back down.
Vines.
Into its waiting hands.
They're like vines. They're like vines that are like, and they like wrap around it and twist and twine up inside of this like root network until it is wrapped in like a cocoon of wood, and it is brought down and then dragged slowly back into the pit.
Man, it's fucking cool in here now. I think Fada
Yeah,
reaches
not gonna
out.
lie, this is way more decorating sense than I thought you had.
I can't take all the credit. But I think Fada reaches out and takes Viari's hand. You okay?
I think that whatever is happening with my parents, we'll figure it out eventually. And ultimately, Al is my dad. And I want to learn about my parents because I'm curious, but Al is my dad. So,
Okay.
are you okay? Oh, you're not okay.
No, I'm
Fada!
no. It's I'm fine. I'm
Because
I'm
you've
more
got
than
mushrooms
fine.
in your eyes.
Do I really? Ace, do I have mushrooms in my eyes?
Yeah, they're on the like underside of your like, near your optical nerve on the inside. It's probably best to just ignore them.
Thank you for confirming that you're both fucking with me. And Fada also reaches out and holds A's hand.
Oh.
Just deal with it for a moment.
I know.
You know. I love and care about you too. Don't, in the grand expanse of time, forget that. Right?
A's, after taking the deep sigh,
Yeah,
gives
deal
you
with
a
it.
hug.
All right, there we go.
No, it's cool. I didn't want one anyway.
I grab Viari and pull her in.
Did you just call me Z?
Big group
Yeah,
hug.
I did.
Get the fuck over here, you knucklehead.
I love both of you very much. And you know who's not capable of loving things? Sociopaths. So there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And with that, we're gonna go to break. See you all in like 10 to 15 minutes. Go get some food, go get something to drink, go get some caffeine, and we'll be right back after this playing of Gerudo Valley. Bye! Hello, everybody. Welcome back to PP Game, or also known as Paperwork Pantheon, or Piss Land. That's not what it's called. That's just the name that I gave it in this moment. Lexi, over the course of the break, added some stunning facial hair, actually, to Faye. Look at that.
Oh, that's actually like
That's so funny.
It's serving cunt.
And we're all
I don't know
sitting
why-
there. I like to think that the characters are like, I wish he'd shave it. Like,
Oh yeah, 100%. I love that.
I was wondering why it reminded me of Puss in Boots, and then I realized it doesn't remind me of Puss in Boots. It just reminds me of Antonio Banderas.
It reminds me of that fan art that people drew of Puss in Boots that has caused a mild controversy. Did you guys hear about this? Okay, so someone drew fan art of Puss in Boots, but a lot of people. So Puss is a Spaniard, so they drew him like a Spaniard. But then some people in the comments were like, "Why is he white?" And I'm like, I'm pretty sure the Spanish were like.
They are white.
They are like the white people. Also, they conquered so much.
Hate to break it to you guys, Spanish people count among like the white capitalists. And
It's just we throw much shade. We throw so much shade at Italians for being spicy white that the Spanish aren't catching near enough strays.
Yeah, they're not catching. They're not catching. We don't even need to call it strays. Direct hits. We need to take more direct shots at the
fire.
Spaniards.
Oh yeah, the Spanish single-handedly wiped out both the Mayan and Incan empires. Like,
so
sorry
there's
guys,
this thing
you're
called
also colonials.
colonialism.
Yeah.
And it was, in fact, almost exclusively white people. Granted, Japan was changing the game in the East. However, everywhere else, mostly white people.
They were revolutionizing the colonial game, you know?
Yeah.
Up and comer. But anyway, he does remind me of that fan art purely because it's got red hair and that exact mustache. And I am very bad at facial recognition otherwise. So, the party, they're making their way to Aza's domain. They get to Aza's domain. We're just going to expedite this a little bit. You get inside Aza's domain.
Yeah, we all know how it looks. There's sand. The time moves. Blood
So
is
much
great.
sand.
It's steampunk.
Yeah, you get there and you see that Z's, the party is capable of seeing Z's. He's in a bubble, frozen in what looks to be a meditative state, with a timer above him that is set to end shortly before 5 years, as A's was trying to speed up that process before slowing it way the fuck down. And Z's is just there, staring blankly off into something.
He looks so peaceful, and it just makes me want to punch him in the face.
I would like to reach in and draw a mustache.
I'm
on his
kidding.
face.
I'm kidding.
You
Mostly.
try to, as you approach the space bubble, your hand freezes as it touches the bubble, and you try and go further, but it's like you know, it's not like there's a hardness stopping. It's just like I can't. There's nothing
I'm
there
gonna
to
prestidigitate a mustache onto his face.
As you cast the spell doesn't even reach.
Too good.
Hey, can you make it so that I can do it?
Yeah, actually. And I'm going to put my hand on the bubble, and I'm just going to accelerate time.
How much would you like to accelerate time?
I run it down like halfway,
Okay.
and then I stop and I say, wait. We have options.
Mm-hmm.
We could do this right now. Or perhaps, and we have a psychic link up all the time, yeah?
More or less.
I put a picture of your necklace in your mind.
I think that other options are a great idea. Bearing in mind that that Alistair is watching. Always.
Alistair can't see this now. That's why. Oh, I forgot to mention. Sorry. I know. In transparency, honesty, whatever.
We're catching up. It's fine.
They're
We're
launching part
Why is
of...
there just a picture of Fader just going do?
Because I'm giving
What
the
is happening?
mustache. I'm giving him the
Oh,
mustache.
Yeah. So, because Alistair asked me some questions about what we were doing in the dreaming that I refused to answer, they're launching a formal investigation and sweep of my domain.
Oh,
So, I say we just...
I appreciate your quiet.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. All right, let's jump into a necklace.
Excuse
Hello?
me. Hello. Hi. I would love if you would all let me in. I'm not. I'm not allowed to launch investigations while the owner of the domain is not present. So.
I look at Fada and look at the thing and look at the necklace, and you guys and I will stay here.
Grab the bubble. Fiore?
Yep. We're going in.
Okay, you guys go in. The bubble does.
I open the door.
Hello, Ace.
Hello.
This will probably not take too long, depending on how big this space is.
Yeah.
And
There's like
Wow.
phantom laughter from everywhere.
he looks up and he goes, 2 minutes.
Very good.
Everybody, let's clear the area.
Alistair, you see he writes on a contract, and all of the sand particles in your air in this domain turn into glyphs, and the veil is pulled back for a moment. No longer is this your domain, it is the word time in the divine contract once again. And he begins to flip through pages. No irregularities that I can really see. I do see... At what point did you give Z's the last page of your book?
While ago.
Has that been returned?
Nope.
I was aware of this. Just making sure. The page is currently in your book. That is Z's, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And where is Z's currently?
Nowhere on this plane.
Clever wording. You promise that your affiliation and affection for Z's is not impeding your work at all?
It is not. In fact, I would argue in some cases it makes my job easier.
And the fact my adjudicator is currently looking at a time bubble sequestered inside of Yari's necklace is definitely not suspicious for some reason.
Whether or not something is suspicious, I can't really speak to.
May I see the time bubble?
Do I have to give consent?
Not expressly, but I do like to, at the very least, treat it as such.
I'd rather you not look into the time bubble.
Why not?
Earnestly do not believe that what is or is not in the time bubble affects my ability to carry out my job as described. I do think that should you look into the time bubble and find something that you or whoever it is that is advising you or sharing their opinions on how you run things, I believe that if you see something that they might like, that you might be forced to act upon it. Well, I don't think that is necessary. And since I don't have a way to formally provide recourse for those actions or to reprimand them, I would like you to not look at the time bubble. I do think that if you insist on looking at the time bubble, I can offer an explanation for whatever you might find.
I think I have to look at the time bubble.
Then you will do so. But I will not. I will express my discontent, and I would like that listed.
I will mark that you were discontented with my insistence on looking at the time bubble. Viari, I know you can hear me in there. Please remove yourself, the time bubble, and Fada from the necklace, please. As well as any simulacrums that are currently staying within there.
I would also like the record that a search of my domain should not include demiplanes that might be temporally adjacent to the space and time. I just want that recorded, that I don't think that should be a thing.
I will be sure to write it down on the report.
Thank you.
I will come back. And I think that like half a dozen simulacrums are all just chilling out, like playing video games on like various beanbags. Can the beanbags come out as well? So that they just have...
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all just in a void with the word time, and there's 6 VRs on beanbags with individual little Nintendo Switches.
Yeah.
Question.
One of them's reading a book full of like gossip.
Question. Time moves differently within the pendant, doesn't it?
No, it moves the same.
Okay.
In the
During
Feywild,
that
there was a
time-
thing about moments needing to pass, but it's not inherently different.
During that time, I'm trying. As A's had made it possible for VRE to give Z's a mustache.
Oh, I did not do that.
Oh, you didn't do that. Okay.
No.
I thought that was a thing that had happened. Fuck. I was gonna ask if polymorph would have been a thing.
No, Ace did not want to break the spell at all.
Okay. I was gonna turn him into a frog.
This feels a
That's
little bit
fine.
like fostering a hostile work environment. I'm not gonna lie.
This feels a little bit like fostering a fugitive.
They're fugitive of the Chaos Pantheon, not us.
Yeah.
That's very interesting, considering, quote VRE, next time I see him, I'll kill him.
Okay, we already not liking
that.
so much.
I don't think I actually said that.
Hyperbole
You made
is
that
a
up. You
big
lied.
deal.
It was hyperbolic when you said it, but it's not a lie that you did say it.
Someone wanting to kill someone doesn't make them a
don't-
fugitive.
I
It just makes
don't
them maybe
remember
not great at people.
I've wanted to quote unquote kill A's before. I've wanted to quote unquote kill Godfried before.
So that's a
Wait,
person.
but
That doesn't
you
mean I
kill
actually
me.
don't
Hold on,
want
hold
that
on.
to.
You're
is-
the one who's always going on about it, like, oh, your past record isn't going to impact.
So that is a
the current
person in there? That is a person? I'm confirming that is in fact a person.
It's a
Interesting. Interesting. I did not-
creature?
You really can't see in there.
No. But I have confirmed now that it is a person, and
I
somebody
said
who, when I said it
creature.
is a fugitive of the Pantheon, you confirmed it was a fugitive of the Chaos Pantheon. The only fugitive of the Chaos Pantheon that I'm aware of is Z's currently, meaning that you
That you're
are
aware of.
fostering Z's inside of your domain, technically not in your domain, in a space outside of your domain.
That you're aware of.
Technically not in my domain.
When you came after A's put him in the bubble, you knew that he was in there, and you just told her to make sure that she...
That you're aware of.
hypothetically that you're aware of. You told her to just make sure that it didn't interfere with her job and to deal with it. Why?
Viari, sometimes I don't know things. And when I don't know things, I encourage other people to do the thing that they think is best. So, that
It's
is
alright,
Z's in
Viari.
there. Why are you harboring Z's in a space outside of space and time? Inside of your domain?
Well, I would say that there was a God Hunter bounty on Z's, and that obviously would worry me.
She loves him.
Okay, That
Oh,
would
what
worry
other
me.
excuse would be good enough in this situation?
Mushrooms, what do you think? Marcel?
Marcel!
And any actions I took were to mitigate that. Now, let's entertain the fact that there was a single person responsible for laying out the entire plan of chaos with however many complications it may or may not contain. And let's also assume that that person was fleeing from the chaos pantheon, looking to at least disavow whatever loyalties they had. Whether or not they would turn over to order is something that we cannot assume. But there's that possibility. And now, if the one person who has any knowledge of what's going on behind the Veil of Chaos is killed by God Hunters, that would put us at a disadvantage. So, I think it would be reasonable to sequester that possible witness for future trials, for future interrogation, for future information gathering until, I don't know, perhaps they lost their domain, rendering whatever contract was set to kill them null and void.
Well, it might interest you then to know that they have lost their domain. They do not currently hold a position within the Chaos Pantheon. This is, as far as we are concerned, a mortal.
That being the case, this mortal is also Faye, and therefore falls outside of the realm of Order's purview. As far as
Except for the fact that
punishments
you're
are
not allowed to
concerned.
kill them.
I'm not allowed to kill Faye directly. This is
No,
a
but also Z specifically, you're not allowed to let die.
Should that
Excuse-
be the individual that is currently in the bubble? Which has not been confirmed.
Yes, indeed.
In fact, if any kind of contract pertaining to an individual that matches the description and the names, Z's,
Any
was
belettered
similar
man.
to, was
Any
similar to one
belettered man?
that you have with my parents pertaining to my protection. From my understanding, you have to do everything within your power to keep them safe and protected.
That would be very interesting if that was indeed the contract I had with this individual, wouldn't it?
Would be very interesting indeed.
Well, A's the way I see it. We have two options here. Release the time bubble, or give it to me, and I will hold it and keep it safe in the divine contract, sequestered safely away from everybody until the timer runs out and I can interrogate what's inside. Or you can release it now, and I will interrogate it currently. I'm open to bargaining.
I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Don't want to let that go.
Yep.
Unacknowledged.
Not letting that slide.
Okay. What sort of interrogation? What does that entail?
I would have to gather every piece of information he has told the Chaos Pantheon about me. If, for example, this was Z's.
Hypothetically.
If this was Z's, I would need to interrogate them for every piece of information they've told the Chaos Pantheon. Every single piece of information they have about us. How they broke in, how they continue to break in, how they slip between realms. I'd need a full detailing of their abilities, what they can do, what they plan on doing, what they planned on doing back when they were the head planner for the Chaos Pantheon. Where their domain is, how to get it, where the nearest adjacent domain, if it is possible for a legal access, if it is possible for a complete and total siege, if it is a way for us to retrieve your page of the book, and if there's anything else he would like to do before, or if there's anything necessary, or if this Keefe counts as a prisoner of war. Many things.
Would Zed know that information?
Little Zed? The baby?
Yeah.
No. Little baby doesn't know anything. Little baby just knows that he loves A's.
So cute.
Should that information be privy to little baby, and the genuine article released from any sort of hypothetical imprisonment they are currently in, the purview of their oversight, could that potentially fall to a pair of mortal gods not currently under investigation for things beyond what may or may not be in Time Bowl, or within this realm specifically?
I could potentially make a simulacrum of said Z's, interrogate that one, or interrogate the genuine article and give you a simulacrum.
I have 2 questions. One, would you be kind about it? The interrogation.
The interrogation would be as swift and invasive as it needs to be.
Question 2. You said swift and invasive. I asked for kindness. Now, we've established that I have... Well, we are in my domain. So my next question is, if I lent you my domain to carry out this interrogation at whatever pace it would need to be for it to be as painless and kind as possible, so no harm comes to the subject.
Well, first thing, we are not in your domain. We are in the divine contract, which is my domain.
Currently, right.
Secondly, Z's, if he is in fact in there, the reason why I didn't use the word kind is a word that is subjective to all of you. I said swift and invasive because I would simply be turning him back into his fundamental makeup of the divine contract, read every single piece of information, print it out on a pamphlet, and then turn him back into himself.
Would this cause physical, emotional, or mental harm to said individual?
The times I have done it before, no one has complained.
Have you ever done it to me?
Yes.
Huh.
I mean, the bevy of trauma that makes
Yeah, it's
up
really hard to say
Ari,
where that comes from, to be honest.
of all the things that we have witnessed and heard about, that's not one of them. Just saying. Are you okay?
It is the most complete and easy way for me to get information out of people without threatening violence. I am not taken very seriously, and as a result, I usually have to take very extreme measures in order to get what I want.
That is so fucked up.
One would argue that certain individuals take you far too seriously, but fair enough.
Well, considering you are supposedly my direct employees, and for the past little bit I've been faced with nothing but insubordination, I do think that my claims are vaguely correct. I have luck building a complete insurrection of my power in her domain that I am physically incapable of stopping. Death continues to shag Godfried inside the cauldron that fuels every single soul in existence.
Didn't need to know that.
Well, as you can despite my asking, despite my pleading, I am usually not met with anything other than snide remarks and side eyes. So excuse me if I take extreme measures at this point, as I have been told very recently I should be stricter. So
Why do you think that
certain
is?
things wouldn't be said to you unless someone took you seriously.
I'm unsure. I'm listening to those around me. When I listen to myself, I am usually in the wrong. But as people have instructed me to be strict, I will be.
Does that make you feel sad that people keep not doing what you think is correct?
I wish they would. I feel like it would make things easier. I feel like a lot more would get done. I feel like we'd be able to arrive to the end goal of the Pantheon much swifter. I cannot blame them. I don't blame them. But the fact that I'm not listened to just means that I have to change how I behave.
I think I understand a bit more about you now.
Fair enough.
Please don't die.
All right. I know you won't see it this way, Alistair. I don't think you're capable of seeing it this way. But I don't think you feel happiness or joy in the way, or I don't think you feel sadness in the way that we do. But I'm ascribing sadness or disappointment to your emotions now. And I feel like the emotion I would ascribe on the other side of you being able to interrogate Z's would be something akin to gratitude, which I'm sure you're capable of feeling in some sense or another. So I would ask if we do this swiftly. I would like to be there. You may interrogate Z's if they are inside the time bubble.
This would be very inconvenient if there wasn't a Z's inside the time bubble at this point.
I think it would be very funny.
May the time bubble be released.
May I
can interrogate them right now.
may I say one last thing into this potential contract?
Yes.
Alistair, you are a being of action.
Mm-hmm.
On Aze's behalf, I would request that during this potential inquest to the individual known as Z's, that no harm be done to him.
Like I said, he will be turned into the contract once again. Whether or not this is painful, I am unsure, as I've never had any complaints.
Al,
Yes?
I'm sorry for not listening, but I want you to know the reason why you might be experiencing some insubordination, from me at least, is because I trust you to trust me and us. And I hope you remember that while you're doing this.
Well, give the adjudicator reason to trust you then. You have the opportunity to prove yourself. Alright, release these.
Okay. One thing I don't want you to hear, like, for this moment. I mean, the releasing is fine. It's just the turning into the contract and having it feels very vulnerable.
Would you like me to make Viari and Faye to leave?
You don't make them leave. I'm asking them if they will leave.
Can we have our own little space bubbles?
Sure. It was only the most difficult thing I've ever done at the height of my power, but yeah, VR, I will try and do it.
I can go into the necklace. I'm happy to go into the necklace.
Alistair bams me out of
Close my
existence
ears.
all the time. I just figured that it's...
That's
This
not
is different.
We need
first
to
of all.
work on that.
Can you just do that, Al?
Yeah. No.
No.
Now you don't want...
I can't do that. You're a god
Why?
of lies now.
Oh.
Hey,
Okay.
Viari,
Mm-hmm.
want to go hang in my domain for a little bit? Explore?
Sure.
Okay. Alistair waves his hand and makes an exit in time for you guys to get out. Alright.
Oh, so we can make convenient entries and exits to exactly where he wants now, but the
I'm
second we have
on
to go
the-
adventuring inside the divine contract.
I just pushed Viari out. I assume Fate is just pushing Viari
Oh,
towards
yeah,
the
yeah,
door.
Love you, Dad.
100%. Yeah, it's like...
Anyway, bring up the boy.
I put my hand on the bubble and I just sort of thump one of my fingers and it cracks as the timer goes from the 2.5 years immediately down to 0.
Z's falls out.
Kind of catch him.
He goes, has it been 5 years?
To you.
Huh.
Unfortunately, there were sort of, and I kind of glance up at Alistair, extenuating circumstances.
Uh-huh. Well, that's, don't... Is he gonna kill me? Is that what's happening? Am I gonna die?
You're not gonna die.
Okay.
You're just sort of gonna be unmade and remade briefly.
Oh. Fuck.
I hope it doesn't.
That doesn't sound fun.
I don't think it's fun. We don't know if it's painful, but we also don't know if it's not painful.
Excellent. And the judge of this is that old geezer up there, the unfeeling robot who commands everything order under his existence? That true?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what we got.
If I lose
So
a
wait,
limb-
isn't he kind of like a sir? What is he to you, vibe-wise? We're feeling dad, uncle, weird guy who gave you magic powers.
Think stepdad who left.
Oh, the dad who didn't step up.
No, I ran away. I didn't like his vibe.
Yeah, understandable. No offense, Alistair.
Meet Kettle.
Mhm.
He says you're black.
Alistair walks up and says, "May I, Ace?"
Yeah. Hopefully you won't feel a thing. And I give Z's a kiss.
Z's smiles at you and looks very somberly at Alistair, who snaps his fingers, and what happens from what you see is about 1,000 javelins made of golden light pierce him in every place of his body. He then lifts the javelins up, places him on the wall. A golden knife flies down, and from his head all the way down to between his legs unzips. And then what falls out is not blood or guts, but information falling into a complete section. Z's does not look conscious.
Is this how you see everyone?
What you see falling out of him is what I see from all of you. You see him scanning over the words that are forming at his feet.
Kind of look at it too.
Mm-hmm. It looks... Make a religion check.
Religion?
Yeah.
Oof, okay.
The one thing none of us took proficiency in because
Because we're gods. Okay, so that...
that's funny.
24.
Mm-hmm. You look at it, and from what you can make sense of it, it is every detail of Z's, his life, his opinions, his thoughts, his emotions, how he feels about people, how, like, every single, even, like, the thoughts on you are laid entirely bare. Things that he has never spoken, but has perhaps felt and thought. You can choose to read on as you see that or not. And there's other portions that go on, stuff that you weren't there for, stuff that you weren't couldn't have been there for, stuff that it's absolutely everything. Like, even to, like, when Z's moves, his left muscle and his left leg twitches more than his right. Like, it is the most inane details and some of the most specific possible information.
I think A's does read that, and I think it's less in the sense of, I don't know, I think the relationship that A's and Z's have, whether they say it, is that way of, like, deeply, like, loving and wanting to know every aspect. And so I don't think A's is, like, looking for anything that they assume Z's would be hiding, but that sense of wanting to know someone and wanting to know every single thing about them, and knowing that if the roles were reversed, that she would want Z's to be able to know them in the same way.
Mm-hmm. So on Z's, you see the following in his thoughts on you. In his opinion, He was raised in an obscure way and didn't truly live the life he wanted until he found you. Then he was finally enabled to live the life of freedom that he could. He sees you as the ultimate end for him, which is somebody who, in spite of everything, is there for him, and someone that he hopes thinks of him in the same way, because he would be there for you regardless. When he found himself on the other side of the Chaos and Order Pantheon war, was torn, but understood his role that he needed to play. But he also understood this wasn't the first time that you and him had been on opposite sides of a conflict. He wants you to know, and he wishes he could distinctly tell you, that no matter what happens, he will always find you, and he will always do whatever is best for you, even if he doesn't know it's best for him, because he trusts you implicitly.
Well, that's very sweet.
And also, Ace is hot is like scribbled at the bottom as well.
Yeah. Oh my god, she's so fucking hot.
Yeah.
She's like 1,000 years old and the body still won't quit.
And that's what it reads. And there's many more pieces of information that fall out. You see that Z's has been from the beginning, while he's made the plan for Chaos to win, inside of his domain, he's put what he likes to call fun little puzzles for people to solve.
He just like me for real.
Mm-hmm. And
That doesn't remind me of anyone in this game though. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's crazy.
And he's hoping that people will enjoy the fun little puzzles when they get there. He knows the Chaos Pantheon will not be organized enough to solve them, meaning that he is the only person who knows the final plan. It makes this a little bit disjointed, though. If no one else knows the plan, they only know the orders he's given, meaning that the only plan currently in action are the ones that are currently in action. Any future plans will not be new information. You could, however, get information about all currently in effect plans by going to his domain.
Okay.
And lots and lots and lots more stuff falls out, until eventually the last chunk falls out. And it's just the letter Z. And underneath the letter Z, it says, the end. Alistair looks at it, nods. With a snap of his fingers, the javelins begin to pick up each individual piece and slowly put it back together the most delicate possible way, with each individual
Did it
piece
have
being
what his original name was?
It did. I didn't say it out loud, though. It is getting slowly but surely sewn back into place where it belongs. You see it being sewn and sewn and sewn, with each javelin doing an individual piece, until finally the last javelin is removed from the center of his skull and he is placed on the ground, and the last piece of javelin zips up where he was cut all the way to the top of his head, and the javelin disappears. And he is on the ground in almost what looks like a prayer position. All right. That's it. He should wake up in 3, 2, 1. And Ziz opens his eyes.
How do you feel?
I don't remember what happened, but I think I'm fine. What happened? Was that did I die? Did he like kill me and then eat my brains?
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. He killed you and ate your brains.
Figures. He always had the zombie look to his face.
Yeah, I know. And pick him up.
Mm-hmm. He lets you pick him up. I don't feel...
I just hug him.
Well, hey, not in front of the old man. Who knows what he'll say?
I sees everything anyway.
I know, it's gross. Peeping Tom.
Yeah. Yeah, God is a bit of a freak.
Alistair just looks like, I don't. Whatever. Get out of here. He waves his hand, and what was at that moment just pure letters and code is now reshaped back into what your domain actually looks like, and Alistair is gone.
Yeah, we head straight to the other two.
They're outside. It took 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Hi. Shit.
I'm holding Z's hand. I'm squeezing
That was
it tight.
fast.
Yeah, thank you guys for the privacy.
Yeah. It is what it is.
Yeah, so good news is
Fada's got a hand on VRE's shoulder, like, just in case.
okay, so the good news is Chaos doesn't have any plans outside of the one Z's made. So everything that's rolling is rolling, and once we stop that, I don't think we know what they're going to do. The bad news is we don't know what they're going to do because they don't know what they're going to do. There are answers and complications. Oh, Z's, did you leave my page in complications?
Yes, I had to, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, that's fine. So the end of my book is in complications. And
And you haven't seen that yet, correct? Only Z's, you've seen it, right?
Yeah, I've seen
right.
it. Actually,
We
I
haven't
didn't-
seen it.
I haven't seen it. I just put it in the book and closed it, frankly.
Oh,
So no one's seen it?
No.
no one's seen it. I didn't look at it.
Oh, no
I
info.
looked at Z's page because I put Z's page in my book.
Have you guys seen the last
Right.
books of your pages? Why would you look?
That you want to phrase that again there, bud?
Why would you look in the last page of your books?
There we go.
Why?
Oh, there's
That's
so
easy.
much. There's so much.
You guys want to spoil the ending?
Kind of.
You think that that's guaranteed?
Oh, Z's,
Oh
we
my
have to
God.
get you caught up on
Right.
everything.
Yeah, we want to spoil the ending because we're trying to make sure there isn't one.
We're trying to change it.
Why are we
Oh.
telling him?
I mean, it's not so much.
Is he gonna be like this the whole time? Because if so, like, I don't feel like dealing with her.
I'm
being
surprised
mad
that
at me.
you've had no reaction towards my change in attitude to you, but that's fine, I guess.
Well, I just assumed that we're.
Hi,
that
Z's.
we're-
Pleasure to meet you. Don't want to kill you on sight anymore. You're fucking welcome.
I just
Fada
thought we were
continues
buddies.
walking.
I just thought we were chill now.
Does not respond.
Okay, VR, I understand your reticence, and if you want me to keep things from Z's in the interest of not breaking the trust that we built, I will. I just did not know that. I just assumed that Z's is kind of like this is a team,
Sure.
and that
If it makes you
And
feel
there
any
are
better,
things.
I'm not privy to. I'm not helping Chaos anymore. I want to help you guys.
Why did you join Chaos in the first
He knows
place?
nothing of what goes on in my domain or anything under my stuff. I don't care what you tell him about your stuff. He doesn't get to know anything of mine.
Fair enough.
understandable.
That's cool.
You got that.
Yeah.
And I won't say anything else about the big goals then. Is that what? Okay. And then cool. At some point, I think you and Z's could have a conversation with information Z's knows about things that might be relevant to you. I'm not going to force that. Not going to push either of you to that. Under VR, I feel like there's been a lot of trust and confidence that you've lost in me, and I understand why, and I want to show you, all of you, truly, that it is important to me to get that back.
I trust you implicitly. This one still has an attitude despite the fact that I literally helped save his life and didn't let Alex kill him. Which is more than he's ever deserved, especially despite everything that he's done to me. So
I will also say that Z's did not know that happened because
he was
frozen in time.
Did she do that?
That
No.
Z's was in a parallel bubble, and I'm so sorry.
He at least
I
knew
hadn't
that
gone
Alex
around.
was hunting him.
He
That's
knows
fair.
him.
I was
That's
thinking
fair.
more of the moment that like I didn't push him back towards Alex or anything like that. Like I didn't
Okay,
stop
fair.
him. That, but also the other part.
Yeah.
I think the general consensus is that after everything, you owe VRE quite a bit. I'm not going to say what you owe VRE.
I don't think what
But
I
I
could
would-
possibly owe Viari exists. Because frankly, I admit, I just fucked Viari over at least twice. But at this point, I fucked Viari over in a way so bad that she got bamped out of existence. There's nothing I can do.
There's one thing.
Apologize? I've done that already.
No, you haven't.
Have you meant it?
I mean, for what it's worth, I am sorry. I thought it was going to be a funnier joke than it was. It wasn't.
That's not an apology.
It wasn't a joke to you. So I'm sorry. I didn't know what was at stake either, frankly. I thought agreement was stupid.
How much did they tell you before the duel?
They told me I needed to beat some girl who was pretty powerful, who was probably going to kick my ass unless I tricked her or cheated. So I cheated because I thought it would be fun. And then they said that we're trying to get agreement. I didn't know who agreement was, so I did what I had to do. And I got some boons, got some power, got a payday, got a nice weekend and a sunny vacation with A's, which I will not go into detail on, and that's what I knew. I came up with the plan, came up with the location, I'd studied the domain of lies, I knew a little bit about chaos gods, and I figured that was the best way to win.
How much access does Beatrice have to my domain now?
Probably 0. She hasn't been there in a while.
So it fades over time?
Sort of. It's kind of like if she doesn't use it, she forgets about it, and then she doesn't have it anymore.
If she's reminded, does she get it back?
Probably not. I haven't been going
So
out
she
of my
can't-
way to remind her that she has access to some things.
But lying on contracts? She would just forget that?
She was in the domain of lies. She's a chaos god. She can do that when she's in that domain. When she leaves that domain, she's not a person. It's not like we, like people. We live a life. We record information. We remember it in our brains. Gods don't have brains. Gods are entities that have functions. Like, a god is in the domain of lies, and they're like, oh, I can do this thing. They leave the domain of lies. Oh, I forgot. What's lying on a contract? I don't know. I've never done it.
They lose that programming.
Basically, yeah.
She wouldn't remember.
She remembers she got agreement. She probably doesn't remember how or exactly the details of it. She probably remembers fucking you over. She probably remembers fucking over Alistair. And she probably remembers getting agreement. She doesn't remember exactly the details of what happened. She's also lived forever, and she doesn't have omnipotence like our mutual friend. Alistair knows everything.
She doesn't have omnipotence?
No, she didn't make the world. Alistair knows everything because he made everything. Everything in this world was a conscientious decision for Alistair. Beatrice doesn't make shit. She just makes things happen.
She lives moment to moment.
Exactly. Which is why she's also not able to figure out how my traps work and all the little goodies that I put in my domain. Fun little puzzles.
See, do you think that's why she wants everything to end?
She wants
Because
everything
she
to...
can't experience linearity. She can't experience anything but what's happening right then.
Like she wants to make her own thing.
She just wants to stop.
I think she probably wants everything to end because that's what chaos is. Chaos is, funnily enough, more boring than you might think. Chaos is, once as much chaos as possible have happened, the most chaotic thing you can have is everything being equally distributed among an equal proportion of space at the same temperature. Perfect chaos. It's very boring. That's what chaos is. It's what they want. It's their goal. That's how they want everything to happen. Because that's what chaos is. Order wants everything to be in a position. Wants everything to be in the spot. In a single position. Here we have the spot of flesh. Here we have the spot of people. Here we have... They want all of that. Chaos wants things to happen. And then once everything has happened, that's why chaos and order are in conflict all the time. Order puts them up, chaos knocks them down. They're a perfect pair. An old married couple. But that's why there's the declaration of war. You guys have seen the declaration, right? Did you see that I put my name on it? I put Z's was here.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny.
Have we seen that? Have we seen that?
A very long time ago, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So we need to make a trip to Complications.
Yeah. We need to head back to the mortal plane.
Yeah.
We do.
We need to steal back your page at some point. And we need to make that a priority because we don't want chaos getting in there and getting it.
They'll be stuck a while on the puzzles.
How hard could they possibly be?
I don't know. How hard are your puzzles, Viari?
Varies.
Well, mine vary too.
I've had a very long time to construct them.
I've had longer.
Great. Let's
Okay.
head to the mortal plane.
Let's not get into the dick measuring contest, please. You just apologized. For once, Z's. Let things just be.
He looks to A's.
We get to go on a mission together.
For the record, I'm doing this because A's is hot.
Yeah, we fucking know, dude.
We know.
Okay, good.
Just do what you're told.
I'll do what she tells me.
We didn't need to hear about that.
Out of the bedroom, please.
And that's where we'll end session. Thank you all so much for watching. This has been Paperwork Pantheon episode 49. So, little announcement. Next week, we are off. I am at Gen Con. So the Paperwork Pantheon will not be back. And when we get back, we're going to be doing a recap of everything. God. So it might be incredibly long. It might be incredibly short. But it's going to be a recap episode. So tell your friends that are like, that you've been talking to the series about and been like, oh my god, I love this D&D series, but it's 49 fucking episodes long. Tell them that next week we are going to be doing the recap episode. We're going to be going through all of the events that have happened, all of the plot points, all of the details, and it should be super fun. It'll be like a little question Q&A session as well, probably, if we have time. It'll be, hopefully it won't be too long. I hope, but I'm not.
Can we play Carry On My Wayward Son like they do on Supernatural?
Hell yes, let's go! Oh, Amelia, I love you so much.
You're gonna get a copyright strike.
No, wait, what's that one website? You know the one I'm talking about? Hold on, let me see if it's on there. I will pay for a month subscription of this one website for you, Offie, if you would do it.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, sure. Don't you cry no more. Anyway.
Every time I try to like Z's, he's just an asshole again. I am actively trying. You said you'd try to win me over. It's not happening.
You were so close, man.
All you had to
You're
do
so
was
close!
not fuck it up.
the
I've
dick
given
measuring
you every
contest
opportunity, and it's just
It'll happen.
Bitch
it
genuinely
won't.
apologized.
I'm sorry. You've hit. That was your moment to do something.
No, it wasn't.
It won't. It won't
figure it out.
happen.
Says Brooklyn Tuesday. Anyway, my name is Offbeat Outlaw. I have been the gamer boy for the evening. You can find me on
The tabletop Game Boy.
I have been doing this.
The one who DMs.
I'm the one who DMs. You can find me on Patreon. If you find me on Patreon, you can support this series. It is the best way to support me and the channel. It is $3 a month. If you think about it, let's divide 3 by 4. That's like a number, right? So 3 by 4.
0.75.
That is 75 cents an episode. Do you know how you pay like $12 a month for Netflix and then they cancel your favorite series? I have one series, and I will probably not cancel it ever unless I die. So 75 cents a month, that's a pretty good deal. So an episode, like, that's pretty great. You can be a part of this. Awesome. Anyway, Amelia.
Hi, I'm Amelia Som. I finished my 100% playthrough of Assassin's Creed. Oh my god. Was it daunting through reasons of my own negligence that I won't go into here because it will take like 10 minutes to explain. Yeah, right now it's just this and Guildfellows. I'm about to go on vacation for like a month, so I probably won't be doing anything until after that.
Where are you going on vacation?
Oh, it's this place you've probably never heard of.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah.
Whereabouts? What's the place?
It's okay. Have you heard of, I think it's like Australia?
That's crazy. I have actually heard from Australia. I happen to be in Australia.
Oh, that's okay. Well, I guess I'll like try and see you when I get there.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, we can
fair
probably
enough,
like
fair
touch
enough.
base and connect.
Yeah. No, 100%.
Super
You
casual.
wanna go to New Zealand with me?
Oh yeah, like if you're offering, might as well like just see.
Sick. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So that's what I'm doing instead of playing games.
Yeah.
Brooke.
Amazing. I am
Nerds.
Brooklyn Tuesday, and I think Amelia's just gonna come do some a casual trip to Australia pretty
Yeah,
soon.
I think that's how the locals say it. I'm trying to read it. I have a map of
Yeah,
that's what it looks like.
So you can't find Amelia in America anymore.
America.
Yeah.
America.
Pat.
Don't find us. Actually, don't find us. That would be creepy and weird.
Doxbrook. No, I'm
You
kidding.
really were the dogs, bro.
Don't do that.
Brooke's
Hi,
real
guys.
name is Vincenzo. It's all been a lie.
Oh man, the big
That would be
reveal,
so
dropping
funny.
the real names. Speaking of real names, my name's Patrick Keefe. I am that great gentleman everywhere on the internet. And while you won't be able to find us here next Friday, you should, as far as streams go, watch the Crit Awards, which are going to be happening live at Gen Con. It was the brainchild and has been put on by our dear friend Ivy, who goes by Game Raider Girl online. It is the first community-based awards for the TTRPG community that has ever been hosted at Gen Con or within the tabletop gaming sphere in general. They worked really, really hard on it. Selfishly, myself and my GM, Zoe, for the Writer's Room, which is the pirate podcast we do, check it out, are both nominated. You should watch the Crit Awards. It's great. And if you're going to be at Gen Con, buy your tickets now. It's $2.
I'm also at the Crit Awards. I'm nominated for Best Legacy YouTuber. So be sure that when I lose to just type rigged in chat.
What we're saying is, get in the comments!
Don't actually do that. Whoever wins, they deserved it more than me, and they're
100%
awesome.
agreed.
However, I will, if I win, feel free to say rigged. I will say that much. If I win, say rigged and say, Offbeat, isn't that the guy whose real name is Vincenzo? And I think that'd be a good little bit for us. For
Offbeat?
the
The
I think
Offbeat's
you
real
mean
name
Vito.
is Vincenzo. I hope you know that. Yeah. Now we're like fully. The name reveal is here. It's
Vincenzo.
Vincenzo.
Vincenzo. Spit sucks.
Vincenzo.
Anyway, everyone,